The Phantom Train. In a remote town nestled in the valley of mist-shrouded mountains, there lay an old, unused railway station. Once a bustling hub of activity, it had long since fallen into disrepair, its tracks rusted and overgrown with weeds. The locals spoke of a ghostly train that appeared at midnight, a spectral locomotive that carried the souls of the departed. The station, known as Whistle Hollow, was shunned by all, but its eerie reputation only grew with each retelling of the tale. The story began many decades ago, during the golden age of steam. The Midnight Express, as it was known, was the pride of the town, ferrying passengers across the country. On a fateful winter night, the train departed Whistle Hollow under a heavy snowfall, its carriages filled with travelers eager to reach their destinations. As the train climbed the icy mountain pass, disaster struck. An avalanche buried the tracks, sending the Midnight Express plunging into the ravine below. All aboard perished in the tragic accident, their souls never reaching their intended destinations. Since that dreadful night, the Midnight Express was never seen again, at least, not in the mortal realm. But legend had it that the train reappeared every year on the anniversary of the disaster, haunting the tracks it once traveled. It was said that the spirits of the lost passengers were trapped on the train, doomed to ride it for eternity. One year, on the anniversary of the crash, a curious journalist named Evelyn decided to investigate the legend of the Phantom Train. Skeptical yet intrigued, she arrived at Whistle Hollow with her camera and notebook, determined to uncover the truth. As she explored the derelict station, the sun dipped below the horizon, casting long shadows that seemed to dance with a life of their own. As midnight approached, a thick fog rolled in, enveloping the station in an otherworldly gloom. Evelyn waited on the platform, her breath visible in the frigid air. The clock struck 12, and the air grew still. Suddenly, the silence was shattered by the distant sound of a train whistle, its mournful wail echoing through the night. To her astonishment, a train began to materialize on the tracks before her, its form ghostly and translucent. The Midnight Express had returned. Evelyn watched in awe as the train pulled into the station, its carriages glowing with an eerie light. She could see the faint outlines of passengers through the windows, their faces etched with sorrow and longing. Summoning her courage, Evelyn stepped aboard the Phantom Train. The interior was a spectral mirror of its former self, with tattered seats and dim, flickering lights. The passengers, dressed in the attire of a bygone era, seemed oblivious to her presence. She walked through the carriages, her heart pounding, as she documented everything she saw. In the final carriage, she encountered the conductor, a tall, spectral figure with hollow eyes. "Why have you come here, living soul?" he asked in a voice that resonated with both authority and sadness. "I seek the truth," Evelyn replied, her voice steady despite her fear. "What happened to you all?" The conductors gazed softly. "We are the lost souls of the Midnight Express, doomed to ride this train until we find peace. Our journey was cut short by tragedy, and we cannot move on." Evelyn felt a pang of sorrow for the spirits trapped on the Phantom Train. "Is there anything I can do to help you find peace?" she asked. Evelyn returned to her home, where she wrote the story of the Phantom Train, detailing the tragic fate of its passengers and their eternal journey. Her article was published far and wide, capturing the imagination of readers everywhere. As the legend of the Midnight Express spread, the spirits of Whistle Hollow found solace in knowing they were remembered. Years later, on the anniversary of the crash, Evelyn returned to the station. As midnight struck, she stood on the platform, listening for the whistle of the Phantom Train. But this time, there was only silence. The spirits had found their peace, their journey finally at an end.